We got some major Disney Plus news for the Marvel side of things, and yeah, everyone thought we were going to get Hawkeye and Miss Marvel 2022. Nope, looks like they've been moved up earlier in the year. Looks like they're coming out later this year. So we're gonna have after being deprived of Marvel stuff for over a year, it's nice that they decided to ram everything into 1 year for to remind us, hey, we're the Marvel Cinematic Universe, bitch. You forgot why you loved us? Here you go. So yes, Miss Marvel and Hawkeye are both going to be coming out. They didn't give it. I didn't see in the article where in 2021 they're coming out, but I would imagine sometime in the next 6 months. No duh. Like the moment I said that, I went, no duh, dumbass. So I'd imagine fall-ish. Like, I would say probably around November. I would say one's coming out like maybe September, another October. Well, actually October, because there's no Marvel movies in between Eternals, Shang-Chi and Eternals. So I'd imagine like one of them's going to show up in October, and the other one's could probably be December. Yeah. So what do I think of this? What do I think of Hawkeye and Miss Marvel coming out later this year? I think it's really cool. I think Disney Plus has got the best Marvel stuff out there. Even though, to be fair, we've only had one Marvel movie so far, Black Widow. And even though I liked Black Widow, I was like, it's not the strongest movie I've seen. And to be fair, I'm more excited for the other three. In fairness, while I didn't hate Black Widow, I'm more excited for Shang-Chi, Eternals, and Spider-Man than the other movies. It was in the totem pole that was the MCU movies that were coming out, Black Widow was kind of at the bottom. So I can't really fault it for that, my excitement for that. So I'm just counting down the days to Shang-Chi. Because I know that movie's going to be fire. Anyway, but if you were to ask me which of the two of Miss Marvel or Hawkeye I'm more excited for, I'm going to say Hawkeye. Not because, Miss Marvel's a girl and I don't like that. No, I'm really excited that Kamala Khan is going to be the next character, like the next big character in the MCU. I'm really excited for that, and to see her in Marvels. But the reason why I'm more excited for Hawkeye is because Hawkeye is one of my favorite Marvel heroes to begin with, and they're basing a lot of it off of one of my favorite comic book, not just Marvel, but comic book runs in general, the Matt Fraction run. Yeah, Matt Fraction's Hawkeye, all 4 volumes, you seriously need to just read. Just read all 4 volumes of the Matt Fraction Hawkeye run. It is literally one of my favorite comic runs of all time. It's so damn perfect. I just absolutely love the Hawkeye series. So the fact that they're going that Hawkeye series is going to be tying, have a lot of ties to that comic, made me go, yeah. And also, Kate Bishop's going to be in the show. Yeah. So Kate Bishop being in the show, again, building up to more of Young Avengers. I think that's really cool. We're also getting the Clown, a major villain from the Matt Fraction series, the Russian Tracksuit Mafia. We're even getting the Swordsman. And I think we're also getting Hawkeye's brother, Barney Barton. I think we are going to get Barney Barton in this series as well. I'm not 100% sure. I think that's the case, but I haven't certain. I've only heard rumors that Barney Barton's going to be in here, but I have no idea if that's been confirmed or not. I do know that Yelena is going to be in the show, and by the looks of it, gunning for Clint after we saw the events of Black Widow in that after credits scene. So yeah, and it does make me wonder of where is Clint's family in all this? Did they just decide to divorce? Did Clint's family leave him after the events of Avengers Endgame? Because it's like this superhero stuff is too much, Clint. We gotta go. We're gonna go. And there's been no mention of his family showing up in the show, so I'm wondering what's going on here. So that I'm curious for that. I'm also wondering where, we've got all this stuff for Hawkeye, and it makes me wonder of how much we're going to be seeing of all of it. But yeah, that's what I think Hawkeye honestly is aside from, then I think actually, to be honest, the more I think about it, I've been more excited to see the Hawkeye series than I was for any of the other Marvel MCU shows for Disney Plus. So yeah, I know it's a little biased because of how good that run is and the fact that I really love the character of Clint Barton, but I'm sorry. That's all I can say is I'm sorry. But for Miss Marvel, I'm excited for that too. I'm really getting back to Miss Marvel. I'm really excited to see Kamala show up in the MCU finally to make her appearance, and the fact this is going to build into the Marvels, the Captain Marvel sequel. Really excited for that. And I got a feeling as to why Carla got bumped up was because to promote the new Marvel TV, the Marvels movie, because we already know that. We've got the other Captain Marvel that showed up in WandaVision. So we're gonna have 3 Marvels. I guess you could say we're gonna have our own Marvel family. Yeah. Here's the interesting thing, though. They haven't really announced a lot for that show. They haven't, other than the main character, they haven't really talked much about what she's going to be. They didn't say she's going to be an Inhuman. They didn't say if they're going to change it to make her a mutant, which I would not be shocked. Really, after how bad the Inhumans have been, have shit the bed in the MCU, one of the major mistakes for the MCU was the Inhumans. But, after how bad the Inhumans shit the bed in the MCU, I would not put it past them to say that of them saying Kamala is going to be a mutant, and I guarantee you, if that happens, they'll make her a mutant in the comics, because Marvel can't help themselves when they have to tie into the show in some capacity. So I guarantee you, if they do make her a mutant, she's going to be a mutant in the comics. I already assure you, they'll be calling her to Krakoa. In the comics, they'll be Kamala Khan, you must come with us, for you are not an Inhuman, you're a mutant. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Anyway, but I'm really excited for her. I've heard rumblings that it may tie into the Secret Invasion TV show. I have heard some rumblings about that it may tie into the Secret Invasion series, which I'd not be shocked, because Miss Marvel does have ties to the Skrulls. All the Marvels do. All the Marvels have ties to the Skrulls in one way or another. So I would not be shocked if the Skrulls and the Kree show up. In fact, I would not be shocked if the Skrull we get as the main villain to fight Kamala is maybe Pybok or Kalert. Although they're probably saving Kalert for later. Although I have made it a point of saying that maybe Kalert may show up in Secret Invasion along with Hulkling, which honestly I would actually be surprised, but pleasantly surprised, if Hulkling shows up in the Miss Marvel show. That way we can speed up the process with the Young Avengers. So we could have Hulkling here too. But I think I think Hulkling anywhere may show up in Secret Invasion. But I digress. But I'm really excited for her. The reason why I said, I'm more excited for Hawkeye than anything else, mostly because I'm a little biased, unfortunately. But I do want to see Miss Marvel. I am really excited to see how Miss Marvel's story plays out. But yeah. It's interesting to note that there's been nothing about that. We don't know any other casting, at least as far as I haven't. Admittedly, I haven't really kept up with any of the casting for that. I haven't really kept up for a lot of the casts for Miss Marvel. But hopefully, maybe we'll get a trailer. And it's also interesting to note that we had nothing for Marvel, MCU, or DC movie news. Mostly because Warner Brothers and Marvel and Disney, Warner Brothers and Disney said we weren't going to do anything for Comic-Con, we're going to do our own thing. Which, yeah, that's That's what, 3 times in a row now? That's 3 times? Well, twice you've done this now, guys. Was it because of the pandemic and you were just like, Comic-Con isn't going to be as big this time, so we'll wait to announce stuff come 2022 at Comic-Con. But yeah. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this news? Are you guys excited that Hawkeye and Miss Marvel are coming out sooner? And which one are you more excited for? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.